Good morning and welcome to Tobermory. As you saw, I got up pretty early to watch the sunrise. I did a beautiful Pilates class and then just did some journaling and read my book. I have whipped through a couple of books this trip. There's this bakery at the end of the road that I'm staying at, and it's called the Little Tub Bakery, and they are amazing. Their coffee, their baked goods, they have jams, they have everything, and I've been just dreaming of the next time I could go pick something up, so let's go in. Picked up some coffees. This delicious focaccia style loaf that I have already purchased once. So good for sandwiches. And then I got 2 regular croissants, a blueberry Danish, and a chocolate croissant. I'm so excited. Alright, so like I said, I have been in Tobermory for the past week, and it was a long holiday weekend, so I had some days to just do nothing, which was so nice. But now I'm working remotely, and I have a pretty good setup. I thought before I take my lunch, I would just give you a little rundown about Tobermory, because a lot of people, especially if you're not from Canada, let alone Ontario, know what Tobermory is. When you think cottages are going away, you think of Muskoka, somewhere up north, but actually there's so many different places in Canada to explore. My family doesn't own a cottage. What we do is rent somewhere new every summer. We've done PEI, we've done Tobermory, we've done the up north in the Muskokas, and it just allows you to kind of get a better feel for Canada. There's so many beautiful places. Obviously having a cottage is such a privilege, but I'm grateful that we're able to explore and try new places and discover what Canada has to offer. So Tobermory sits at the very northern tip of the Bruce Peninsula. It's famous for its gorgeous rocky shorelines and its beautiful emerald waters. If I were to have to make any recommendations, my top 5 would be the Singing Sands beach trails, the grotto, Flower Pot Islands, taking the Chichimon ferry to Manitoulin Island, and the Phantom 5 National Marine Park, where you can do glass boat tours or scuba dive. Alright, let's make some lunch because I am starving. Alright, so I brought 2 books this trip, one fiction, one nonfiction, and my nonfiction book that I brought is Excessively Obsessed, which is by Tash Oakley, who is the co-founder of Monday Swimwear and the Pilates class. And Excessively Obsessed is for anyone who has ever wondered, should I start my own business? Whether you decide to start tomorrow or give it more time, you'll close the book with a reignited sense of passion and purpose in your career. Through her own story, Natasha will inspire readers to tap into their own unique potential, because when you find your calling, it's worth becoming obsessed. So far so good. It is really inspirational, and just those are both 2 brands that I love, so learning the history and the backstory, and just Tash is such a girl boss. I hate that word, but she does embody it wholeheartedly. So learning her tips and tricks and just her story is really fascinating. This is Rainbow Rowell's Slow Dance, and this is actually Reese Witherspoon's book club pick of the month for August. Rainbow Rowell is the best-selling author of Eleanor and Park, Fangirl, and Landline. I read Eleanor and Park and I think Fangirl, but I haven't read any of her books for a while, so I was very fascinated to see what this was going to all be about. Slow Dance is a story of 2 kids who fell in love before they knew enough about love to recognize it. 2 friends who lost everything, 2 adults who just feel lost. It's the story of Shiloh and Carrie, who everyone thought would end up together, trying to find their way back to the start. So It is called Slow Dance, and I would argue that it's also a slow burn novel. I didn't love it at first. I didn't love the characters. I think I had an idea in my mind after reading so many love stories, so many rom-com novels, where there's very specific archetypes of characters. These two characters are a little odd, and that's why you end up loving them so much, because they're so truly, honestly, authentically themselves, and the love that they have is just that. And the second half of the novel I sped through. It is so well written, so charismatic, so honest, and I highly recommend it because it's a breath of fresh air in the rom-com world. Alright, so I gotta get back to work, but when I'm done I typically go for a bike ride or a kayak, a stand-up paddleboard, and then we're gonna go get fish and chips, which I'm super excited for, before having a campfire and wrapping it all up. I'm not sure if you noticed during those clips, the little chipmunk that's inching his way closer and closer to me until he proceeds to, well, you'll see what happens. United sense of passion and purpose in your career. Oh my god, there's literally a chipmunk on my foot. Hi buddy, I don't have any seeds right now.